when you have cancer, you learn many different things. And one of the things I learned the first time through was that I needed to add meaning to my life. When I was 32 years old, I was single without a husband or without any children. And there really wasn't, and I was in a transition part of my life, and so there really wasn't a lot for me to live for. And I found I needed to add meaning to my life. And I found that through doing a lot of volunteer work and helping others. I actually help people stop smoking now. One of the other things that you learn is that life is really precious. And when you go through the emotional journey of cancer, especially, well, after you've finished treatment and you're waiting to see what happens, we call it scan anxiety. Every time you go to the doctor, you have another blood test, you live tumor marker from tumor marker, you know that life can change in a blink of an eye. And you can feel very anxious and frightened, because it is a frightening journey. We who have gone through cancer know that you're just one blood test away from having it come back. And so you live life a little bit differently. I have been able to do a lot of things that have been really important to me since my first time around with cancer. I started doing things that really matter to me. I've traveled all over the world, and I credit that from having cancer, because oftentimes we say, someday I'll go do this, I'll do that, I want to take the trip of my lifetime. And I found that there might not be tomorrow, so let's do it now. Let's get through it now. Oftentimes, the worst part about cancer is having the treatment, because your body is ravaged from the surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, hormone therapy. None of that is fun at all, and it really takes a toll on you, not only physically but also emotionally. The first time, when I was 32, for a long time afterwards, I really felt like I was damaged goods. There was something wrong with me. My body had, at such an early age, rebelled against me. And for a long time, I really felt that there was really something wrong with me. Not that I had done anything wrong, but my body was damaged. And through the second journey, I found out that life is really good, and I'm really happy with my care and my treatment. I think it's really important for women to take charge of their own health. Know your body and find a doctor that you trust, but also trust your instinct. Trust your gut instinct about what's best for you and your treatment. The first time I was 32, I was scheduled for a radical mastectomy, which they don't even do anymore, but they basically take everything down to the bone. And I had to fight really hard to have an alternative surgery done, which I did, and I was told by all the doctors I was making a horrible mistake, but it was right for me at the time. 23 years later, I made my own choice of not going through chemotherapy a second time. Well, it's radically changed from when I had it in 1987. They've gotten new anti-nausea drugs. I just knew that my body would go right back from before, and I wouldn't be able to handle it. And so I declined having chemo my second time through. And that was what was right for me. So I think women should listen to their own bodies. Do what's right for you. Get the advice from a doctor, but also trust your own instinct, because you know yourself better than anyone. I think women need to stop being so afraid of the word breast cancer. We've come a long way since 1987, when I was first diagnosed. They've got new treatments. They've got a lot more different surgery options. You have a lot more choices. More women are surviving nowadays, and yet you hear that word cancer and you think, oh, I'm going to die. And we need to get over that fear and realize that we can survive this, and you can thrive. You can live a long and healthy, happy life after cancer. It's just a little blip in the road, but your attitude is so important. And to find the emotional support to go through this journey so that you survive in the absolute best way. When you go to doctors, all they talk about is the quantity of life, how long you're going to survive. They talk about the mortality rate of cancer, that we want you to live, 5 years, and then you're considered cured. Whereas I think what's really important also is to consider the quality of life, which is some of the reasons why I've made my treatment choices that I have. The quality of life is so important. And in today's world, you have a lot of options. Breast cancer seems to fall into, it's either found early and you've got a lot of options, or it's a very aggressive cancer and we need to do more research there. But instead of scaring women, I think we need to give them this symbol of hope that there is life after cancer. You can live a long, healthy life afterwards, and it's not something to fear, but you can get through it. My name is VJ Sleight, and that's my story.